So, all right, let's see. What's the next question here? JMain14 asks, what is your advice on people, in parentheses, kids, who have very little money and no friends who want to really play airsoft but really want to get into the amazing sport? Oh, no friends that want to play airsoft.
Oh, okay. Get money in, friends!
All right, so let's answer his question. What advice do I have for kids that don't have friends that want to play airsoft but really want to go? I'm going to do a plug. Will you throw me that flag real quick? So let's say you're in an area and you don't know where the people are that play airsoft or where there's a team or how you can get involved.
Yeah.
Airsoft C3 is the yellow pages of airsoft.
Yes.
And you can go on there and put your state or your city and find a team.
Just find someone.
And find somebody that plays. And as far as money, it's what I tell both of my sons. Wash cars, cut grass, pet sit, house sit, whatever it takes to make some money, as long as it's legal. And don't try to sell your dad's golf clubs. That's not gonna work.
Whatever. Ultimately, if you need a price point to start at, $250 will get you started.
Everything
you have, and that makes you skirmishable. That makes you even a little bit competitive.
Yeah, you have an edge.
Fields.
You have an edge with $250 easily. You don't even need $250. You can easily enjoy. And if you have no friends, that's first thing. You should probably find yourself a local field friends. Or something. Anything to help you get a step one. And like you said, C3, they're gonna introduce you to a wide variety of teams in the area for you to actually go hang out with. $100 will get you a gun and some BBs, and you can get yourself a G&G combat machine. You can get yourself an Echo 1, like intermediate level, like
get a Wolverine. Buy a Wolverine.
Oh, please.
Wolverine, if you're watching this, he's really trying hard. No, but
I love you, Rich.
Shh. All right. This question is from overseas. The JFK experience. This one's to me directly, but I don't even know who. I didn't know who it was until today. Well, do you compare yourself with Blackbeard from Rainbow Six? No, I saw a picture of him today. He's way more operator than I am.
Oh,
have you ever seen him?
I
don't play video games. I don't play video games, so I had to Google them, and I was like,
do you compare? Oh, I don't have a beard.
I don't compare myself to anybody, but no, it was like
I'm my own person. I'll be who I want to be.
I'm me. What are some of your favorite airsoft teams to play with or against? These guys?
Yeah.
I've never played against you or with you.
Well, you haven't, but they have.
Yeah.
East Coast Recon. Fox Die out of Combat City, with Intrepid, all the teams out of Combat City, they're usually fun to play with. Down in Miami, I'm gonna give a shout out to Snoopy, BBR Snoopy. He doesn't show up on time, but I heard he's a great player. So yeah, and I don't know when you guys went up to the Milsom events.
Oh man, that was like
P90 Grill. We love you. I've killed you a couple times.
Yeah, that was a competitive run. We liked finding people that had large community followings and just hunting them down.
Yeah, we've enjoyed playing with the 75th Black Knights.
Yeah, we played with them. They're a competitive bunch.
Very competitive bunch.
Really, probably what we should do is make a gameplay.
Maybe we should do some footage where you guys.
Yeah, where we smoke the Beginners Airsoft.
It's just cut after cut after cut of ECR members killing all the other teams.
I did get some really good footage from this last weekend when we did that first game, and we charged you. I just gotta get the off-camera guy to edit it and get it out there. So, okay, we'll do. How much time we got? A couple more minutes? A few more minutes?
I got 8 minutes on the video still. So.
All right, so we got
a two-part episode.
All right, so other question is, what's your worst customer service experience with an airsoft company? But without saying names.
Okay.
Every single experience he's ever had with any airsoft company.
Okay, so I've had an experience where I had, without naming names, I had an experience where I was, actually yours was way worse. I had an experience where they were supposed to send me items. This is a typical one, but it was hundreds of dollars of items gone. So I got a box and it had $10 of stuff in it. Yep. And I was like, where's my $100 of stuff? That was a pretty bad one. And then we've had duds. Duds are a huge thing. I had a PEC 15 that I got, and the company was really nice. They took care of it, but as far as
if they were nice, we can say their name.
Yeah, well, okay, well, if they're nice. Airsoft GI, they definitely stepped up their game. They took me seriously. I mean, some of it was on my fault. Like I got the PEC 15 and it wasn't operating, and some of it was operator error. So they sent it back, and it came back, and it was broken. And they were like, "No problem. We'll just fix it all for you. We'll just send you a brand new one." That was like awesome. That happened within 2 weeks. And the only bad part of it was the time frame. It was just right up to a big event, and it was 2 weeks. It was like.
Now, one of the big issues that I've experienced is we're on the East Coast.
Oh, yeah,
All the
shoot.
big companies are on the West Coast.
Yeah.
Except for Airsoft Station there in Minnesota. So, but most of it is shipping takes a long time. Shipping's expensive. The only really bad experience I ever had was right before Christmas last year. I ordered a bunch of stuff from a company and didn't get it, and got an email several days later saying that it wasn't going to be shipped out. So other than that, not too many bad experiences. I will give you one really good customer service experience. Brian at Echo One surprised me right before we went before I went to Georgia to go to the All-Star Airsoft anniversary. Sent me a box of Jag Arm BBs, Jag Arms BBs, and
No arms. Just
and
arms.
took those out there and used them, and they were fantastic. I wasn't expecting it because I have a UPS account, so usually I get an email saying you've got, and he sent it.
Oh, you got surprise gifts.
He sent a USPS, so I had no idea it was coming
Sneaky,
through.
sneaky.
That was
Brian.
really cool.
If you're
So,
watching this, Brian, good
if you're
job.
watching it, thank you very much. So,
And what's
If you-
yours?
If you want to avoid errors with big companies, buy from Amped. I've never had a problem with Amped. I've had problems, small or large, with pretty much every other company. That doesn't mean I don't like them. You know, I don't have a company that I
errors
won't,
happen.
I won't buy from. There's no one that I won't buy from. But
Right.
I will always search first at Amped Airsoft. They have always done super well by me. Plus, they ship out of Pennsylvania, so it's like
Nice.
3
Yeah,
days.
it's a medium
so
ground. And Airsoft GI, they have their Virginia walk-in.
The tactical
right,
stores,
yeah.
yes.
and in Texas too.
Yeah, so
We
they
got
have
a
their East
Texas-
Coast. So all these companies are trying to get over to the East Coast, which is super good. And it's important because over here it costs a lot of money in shipping to get it
It does.
here and stuff like that.
So expensive.
Yeah.
That's actually one of the reasons we chose the name East Coast Reconnaissance, is because we want to identify with this coast. We
Yeah.
want to try and grow the sport on this coast.
Hopefully we can get a larger store. Like we have PMC down here, but I don't typically order from PMC. Not because of that, because they're not a bad store or anything. They're a great store. It's just more of the larger companies over there have stuff that I need at that time.
It's just easier to get stuff from.
Yeah,
You
they have a
find
larger
out higher.
inventory at that time. Yep.
So Bacon 96, but it's not Bacon like I like. It's BKN 96, also known as the Houston Airsofter.
We know what you mean, bacon.
He asked a question. It was specific to me. Was saying, did I get into airsoft first, or the kids get into airsoft first?
Yeah,
They actually wanted to play airsoft, and I said, okay, this would be a really good chance to work with gun safety on it. So one Christmas, they got airsoft guns, and I went outside with them and got addicted like right then and there. And
they didn't have iPro then.
no, we didn't have iPro. We actually just shut no. That's basically what happened. Was they wanted to play, and I said I'll do it with them, and that turned into this.
Real quick,
Go
I
ahead.
want
Yeah,
to
how did
ask
you guys get in?
on that. I want to ask how you got into airsoft.
Oh yeah.
How did you get into airsoft? And I'll answer because that's a question you can answer.
Well, I mentioned earlier that I did paintball, and I was reffing for paintball, and I did all that kind of stuff, and eventually it just got to a point where it's like the ammo to cost ratio is like way off the charts, and I couldn't do it anymore. So I had to look at alternatives because I liked sports, and I wanted to keep on doing the shooting sports, and there's like only two options at that time, which is airsoft and paintball, and I chose airsoft because of my friends were playing. I had a community there that wanted to keep growing, and I wanted to be a part of it.
You just wanted to have friends.
Yeah, and then-
Why did you start playing?
I was raised up into the sport up north in the up into Northwoods by a gentleman by the name of Travis Rohde. Shout out. He was actually running a company at the time called Ghost Custom Works, a now dead company, but it did pretty well in its youth. But Ghost Custom Works, another shout out to a dead company that you can't.
That you can only Google.
Yeah.
It's retro.
I'm really sponsored. I'm gonna start getting tattoos and things. I think we have time for one more question.
Okay.
Okay, we're
The last question I have is from ChessORTC. ChessORTC. And his question was, how did you get so big in the airsoft community?
Well,
Are we big in the airsoft community?
we could start at this end.
Yeah,
Let's start
go
at
for
this end because we're the smaller spectrum.
Go for it.
So, East Coast Reconnaissance, we were a bunch of guys we've been playing forever.
Yeah.
In a day, and
Oh,
we
ages.
decided we were like, I mean, how hard is it to actually go big? Because we had enough knowledge and know-how to actually do some stuff. So we're like, all right, we'll put it together. We'll make it happen. And we went through a couple renditions to figure out how that was actually done. And then here we are, East Coast Reconnaissance, making a small following where it matters.
And you guys have awesome videos,
Yeah.
great footage.
Shout out to our
Yeah, I was about to say
our
you want to
media
know
guy,
you want to know
Jared-
how to do well
Jared
is
Sheldon.
have a good media.
Have a good
Freaking
media guy. Yeah.
Jared is
And set up a
the
schedule.
reason that we have as many.
Yeah,
viewers.
set up a schedule and make sure you stick to it.
Yep.
Because
Be consistent.
yeah, any
Be
YouTuber,
consistent.
like big YouTuber, will tell you like have a schedule and make sure you stick to it and make sure you make yourself known to not just the people around you but worldwide if you can.
Collaborations.
Exactly.
Do
yeah.
something like this. I mean, just honestly, just get your name out there and do it well.
If you're a small community, you need to mooch off larger communities to get more fans. It's really a good idea. Collaborations with larger communities.
And I'm the one that brought this up. I said I wanted to collaborate because I started a new hashtag this year called Grow the Sport, and it was basically to answer the question, how did we get so big? Because people like what we post. We're honest, we're fair, and we make sure that people they have a voice, including the beginners.
Yeah.
We've tried to make it where everybody can be featured, not just the awesome Milsim guys, which I love the way they look.
Yeah, but it's kind of like an exclusive audience, though. At
Right.
that point. You're kind of like kicking all the other kids off the playground.
Exactly.
Your loadout costs $4,000.
Yeah, it's hard to compete.
My son asked me once, how come that guy has so much money in things? And I said, well, he probably doesn't have kids. So
That guy doesn't have a girlfriend either.
yeah, so it giving the people.
Burns.
Oh, you don't have girlfriends. I'm sorry. Giving the people what they want, really. We do a lot of giveaways, but that's not how we grow. We want to make sure that what you want to see, we do. I know Transformation Tuesday has been huge in the last month. That was just something that I took from one of the beard pages, and I said I'm gonna take it and do it in airsoft, and everybody is on to that. So
Really get it for a beard page?
yeah, because they wanted to see what it was like. If you ever seen a picture of me without the beard, you really don't recognize me.
No.
So, and just doing things like that, joining a community. I'm gonna give another shout out that really wants to grow the sport.
Guess who we're sponsored by?
Good partnership with companies. I have good relationships with PMC Airsoft. We're sponsored by them. Airsoft Station. Thank you, Nick. Brian at Echo One. Charlie at G&G. So just building relationships.
Concludes our little Q&A. We're gonna hopefully do another one of these in the near future. Beginners Airsoft definitely will be there, and who knows, we might bring in extra guests on here.
Absolutely. If you like us, subscribe to us, like us on Instagram.
Yeah,
Like this
East Coast
video if you like it.
Reconnaissance.
Let us know what you think. We want to hear comments.
Yeah, put the comments. That's really
Yeah.
important because that
Yeah.
way we know. You guys, the camera's back there, so hopefully you can hear us, and we'll know because we got another camera here too. So thanks for watching. Remember, if you want to be featured, do not send me a blank DM. Send me a picture with some
boy.
information. Call sign, name,
Something.
where you're from, so I can put something on there. And hashtag your pictures with Airsoft Players Unite or Grow the Sport. Papa Bear out.
Deuce. East Coast. Out. Drop mic.
Wait, stop. What's your name? What? You want a team? Sure. You have to recruit people.